Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose. If you're new to my channel, I am a home childcare provider and I care for up to 5 children every day between the ages of 1 and 4. And on my channel, I share organizing tips and anything related to childcare and the occasional family vlog. In light of recent events, I wanted to use this video to share with you how I teach diversity in my classroom. It's my job as an educator to help children feel good about themselves, their families, and their communities. It's important to me to expose children to the differences, especially those that are unfamiliar to them. I live in a predominantly white community, and therefore I feel that it's even more important for me to teach diversity in my classroom. Today, I'm going to share with you 6 ways that I expose children to diversity in my classroom. The first one is simple. It's just offering diverse materials in your classroom. Provide the children with a diverse set of dolls, diverse puzzles, diverse block play, markers, books. When you're choosing toys, specifically try to include as many diverse groups as possible. This is a great way to just simply add it to your classroom in their everyday life. So no matter what they're playing with, if they're playing with fine motor toys like zippers and buttons, they're going to see diversity in all the things that they're playing with. So whether they're practicing their fine motor skills, like learning how to zipper or button or snap, to be exposed to diversity. Or whether they're playing dominoes, they're going to see diversity. So the first way is by exposing the children through diverse toys in your classroom. The second way is through conversations. During one of our circle times, we read a story where there was a little boy that was in a wheelchair. Before reading the story, I showed a picture of my own mother in a wheelchair, and I explained to the children that my mom gets around using her wheelchair because her legs don't work anymore. And this prompted a great conversation where the children asked how she got to be in a wheelchair, why she had to be in a wheelchair. And through that conversation, they had a better understanding of why she needed a wheelchair to get around. Continued to read the story, and at the end of the story, there are children playing up a tree fort, and the little boy in the wheelchair is at the bottom of the tree. And I asked the children how the little boy in the wheelchair would be able to get up in the tree fort. And all the children had different ideas, and some of the children said they could all lift the little boy up and bring him and help him up into the tree. And I asked the children how they thought that little boy felt when he couldn't climb up himself. The children that I was speaking to were 3 years old, and they were able to identify that would make the little boy sad that he couldn't get up there with the other kids, and they immediately wanted to help. The third way I expose the children to diversity in my classroom is in the dramatic play area. What I like to do is expose the children to different types of clothing. Here's a kimono and different props such as glasses. And we talk about how and why people need to wear glasses and how different cultures wear different types of clothing. Letting children learn culture through pretend play is a great way to introduce topics in a developmentally appropriate way. It helps them to see themselves in other people's shoes, so to speak. My church is very diverse, and we have a special day called Taste of the Nations. And after church, we have different tables set up with all different type of ethnic foods, and we get to taste all the different cultures represented in our congregation. And it's one of the most meaningful experiences that we have all year. During this time, we get to talk about their culture, things, how they dress. People wear their traditional dress from their cultures. So another idea would be to introduce the children through food and have the children taste a large variety of food from different parts of the world. If you have a diverse classroom, you could ask the parents to participate in this event, or if you don't, you could just talk about the different parts of the world and expose the children to lots of different food choices from around the world. So again, in the dramatic play area, you can offer different types of food so that the children can be exposed to lots of different food from around the world. So pasta, Italian and Mexican. So offering a variety of different food choices in your dramatic play area is another great way to expose the children to diversity. Another way is to feature a variety of multicultural posters in your classroom with varying abilities. This is such a simple way to expose the children to a variety of skin colors and abilities. The fifth way is to expose the children to different languages. If you're not bilingual, like I am, you can still expose the children to different languages by listening to music with different languages, or one of my favorite things to do is teaching the children a little bit of sign language. So I just explain to the children that some people aren't able to speak, so they use their hands to communicate. And then we learn a simple song using our hands. Language is another great way to teach diversity in the classroom. And the last one is through books. When I talked about toys, I already spoke about books. These are two of my favorite books. One is called We're All Wonders. I love this one for preschool because this is a fantastic story about how somebody feels so different and how we can show inclusion in the classroom. And the illustrations are just wonderful. I love that this little boy only has one eye because even the youngest preschooler notices that he only has one eye. So it's a great conversation starter. And this is one of my favorite stories, and I'm going to read you The Big Umbrella. The Big Umbrella. By the front door, there is an umbrella. It is big. It is a big, friendly umbrella. It likes to help. It likes to spread its arms wide. It loves to give shelter. It loves to gather people in. It doesn't matter if you are tall or plaid. It doesn't matter how many legs you have. Some people worry that there won't be enough room under the big umbrella. But the amazing thing is, there is. There's always room. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful story, and I hope you got some new ideas to teach diversity in your classroom. I'm Krista with Playing with a Purpose. I'll see you next time.